Hello and welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Let's go start now. Alex Eala falls to Hungarian foe, ends Oeiras Open run. Manila, Philippines. 2 rounds in Portugal and Alex Eala appears to still be trying to get her clay court legs under her. The top-seeded Filipina endured a slow start and failed to convert on crucial points, as she was eliminated in the second round of the 2025 Oeiras Ladies Open by World No. 137 Panna Udvardy of Hungary, 6-7, 4-7, 4-6, on Thursday, April 17. The 19-year-old Eala took a 2-week break after her historic run in the WTA 1000 Miami Open and only began her clay court season this week when she came from behind to win her singles opening round match. Meanwhile, the 26-year-old Udvardy has already played 5 clay court tournaments since February, with her best result being a semifinal finish in the WTA 125 La Bisbal D and Porta Challenger in Spain on April 5. The clay courts of Oeiras offered no refuge for rising Filipina tennis star Alex Eala as her spirited run at the 2025 Oeiras Ladies Open came to a close in the round of 16, courtesy of a gritty performance from Hungary's Panna Udvardy. The 19-year-old Eala, who entered the tournament as the top seed and one of the hottest young prospects on the WTA Tour, battled hard, but ultimately fell short against Udvardy's consistency and clay court mastery. The match ended in straight sets, not a blowout, but a lesson disguised as a loss. And yet, while the scoreboard favored the Hungarian, Eala left the court with her head held high and her journey far from over. The Hungarian wall. Udvardy, 26, isn't a name that screams headlines, but her game does the talking. The Hungarian knows her way around clay, and she used every bit of that expertise to frustrate Eala from the first ball. There were no fireworks, no dramatic dives, just relentless baseline rallies, crafty angles, and calm execution. She didn't beat Eala with power. She beat her with patience. For Eala, who thrives on rhythm and quick strike aggression, Udvardy was a puzzle she couldn't quite solve. Still, the match was no rout. Eala showed flashes of brilliance, her signature cross-court lefty forehand, her sharp returns, her fighter's spirit. But when the crucial points arrived, it was Udvardy who stood firmer. Pressure of a seed. Being the top seed in any tournament brings pressure. For Eala, it was a new chapter in her journey. Not the chaser, but the chased. The target, the one everyone wanted to beat. And yet, she embraced the spotlight with the same maturity that's defined her young career. This loss wasn't about a collapse, but about context. This is the grind of professional tennis. Even champions take hits. Under the hue of an overcast Portuguese sky, the soft red clay of Oeiras bore witness to the end of a promising run. Alex Eala, the Philippines' top tennis export, and the tournament's No. 1 seed, bowed out of the 2025 Oeiras Ladies Open after a hard-fought defeat at the hands of Hungarian veteran Panna Udvardy. The scoreboard showed a loss, but what it didn't show was the way of the journey, the fight in every point, and the rising legacy of a 19-year-old rewriting the script for Southeast Asian tennis. A match between two worlds. The round of 16 matchup wasn't just a clash of players, it was a contrast of styles, journeys, and generations. On one side stood Alex Eala, the youthful prodigy whose game is still expanding. She plays with passion, a wicked lefty forehand, and an urgency that sometimes borders on fearless. A trailblazer for Filipino tennis, she entered the match as a favorite not just on paper, but in presence. On the other side, Panna Udvardy, Hungary's gritty tactician. Calm, calculated, and composed, Udvardy thrives on rhythm and resilience. A player who's known the grind of the ITF circuit and the demands of clay court combat, she walked onto the court not as an underdog, but as an expert in survival. From the first rally, it was clear, this wasn't going to be a walkover. It would be war. The match. Tension on clay. The first set was a tug-of-war. Eala opened aggressively, looking to assert herself early with deep cross-court shots and swift changes in direction. Her forehand found the lines, and for a moment, it seemed the match might tip in her favor. But Udvardy doesn't panic. She absorbed the pressure, extended rallies, and forced Eala to make decisions, often risky ones. With every point, she drained the pace, changed the tempo, and made the court feel longer and heavier for the Filipina. The set slipped away from Eala 6-4, a reflection of a handful of points gone astray, rather than dominance from the other side. In the second set, the battle intensified. Eala showed flashes of brilliance, constructing points with variety and intent. She charged the net, unleashed powerful returns, and even led briefly. But Udvardy's defense held strong. She retrieved, redirected, and wore her opponent down. Eventually, with a final angled winner that just caught the line, the Hungarian clinched the match, and Eala's Oeiras campaign ended earlier than hoped. A loss, not a letdown. In her post-match comments, Eala remained poised. She played really smart tennis today. I gave it everything. But it wasn't my day. I'll take what I've learned and keep building. That's what this is all about. That last sentence rings louder than any cheer from the stands. Because for Eala, this season isn't just about collecting trophies. It's about shaping the player, the competitor, and the role model she's becoming. Even in defeat, she walks away stronger. More than rankings. It's easy to forget that Eala is still a teenager. With a WTA career-high ranking of no. 72, she's already surpassed the expectations placed on athletes twice her age. She's toppled top 50 players, reached the semifinals of a WTA 1000 event, and has now qualified for her first Grand Slam main draw at the French Open. In many ways, her Oeiras campaign was less about winning the title and more about fine-tuning her form for Roland Garros, where the stakes, eyes, and opportunities are even bigger. This match, against an opponent like Udvardy, was the perfect test. And even if she didn't pass with flying colors, she absorbed the lessons that matter most: patience, problem-solving, and maintaining fire when the fuel runs low, carrying a nation with grace. For Filipino sports fans, every Eala match is more than a game. It's a shared moment, a source of pride, a glimpse of possibility. She's not just competing for points or paychecks. She's carrying the flag into uncharted territory, showing a new generation of athletes what's possible, even if you come from a nation without a long tennis tradition. Win or lose, her presence on these courts is history in motion. And that's the kind of victory that doesn't vanish with one exit. Looking ahead, the Parisian stage, as her Oeiras story comes to a close, Eala now shifts her focus to the bright red courts of Roland Garros, the ultimate clay battleground, and the site of her Grand Slam debut as a pro. There, the crowds are bigger, the competition steeper, and the pressure higher. But Eala has always found power in stepping into the unknown. She's never been afraid of being the first, the youngest, or the underdog. In fact, she seems to thrive on it. If Oeiras was the dress rehearsal, then Paris will be the stage where she begins her next act.